Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Replay Rabbids Go Home. The 31,750 run. Actually, it's the 31,750 plus run. So I tried to record this once before and actually had coughing fits that made me stop. So this is another supermarket level, although this one has a little added twist that we start on roofs. There's some roof platforming. And I know Rabbids get access from the sewer, but like there has to be a bigger opening than that. So, this one, it can be a little time-consuming. It's a long level, just because it's a lot of small amounts of stuff spread over large areas. There's one area where there were things that I missed that were hidden. We'll go over that because you can do a pretty straightforward run-through of this and get like 994, or 996. I don't remember what I got the first time, but it took me forever to figure out where the missing stuff was. So, first off, in the commentary that failed, I told the air conditioner story, so I'm going to try to tell that, and it'll probably be better for the telling, so, here we go. But, you know what, let's talk a little bit about the dynamic of playing around in this pool. Now, the Rabbids floating on water and doing super boosts on water and stuff is something you gain in a later level, but they introduced it in this level, and I don't know why they made a special level. Don't miss this. There's one guy in one of these bushes, one, like, crab running around. Like, don't miss him. It's an easy one item to miss. Although he would equal something like 3 or 4, but... my air conditioner story is thus. So, when I sobered up 10 years ago, and I was inpatient, so I was going to the hospital 4 days a week, and living at home, and it was the middle of summer. And I noticed I had like a little like 3-room apartment, so it was like living room, kitchen, bedroom. Anyway, I noticed I had a window air conditioner, and it wasn't cooling the place down anymore. Like, just a second. Sorry, I'm turning off my mic to clear my nose so I don't start horrible coughing fits. Anyway, I noticed my air conditioner wasn't cooling down my apartment anymore, and my apartment started having this fly infestation. And it was really kind of creepy. It was like it was like Amityville horror kind of creepy. This like kind of lukewarm wet air blowing out of this air conditioner and a lot of flies. So like one day, and you got to keep in mind I'm like 2-3 months sober, so like I'm not sleeping at all, and like nothing really makes sense. I don't even really know how to live a life without, you know, constantly drinking and stuff. And so, I'm just genuinely confused about kind of everything going on all the time. And so I'm like, well, maybe there's something wrong with the air conditioner. And I go and I look in the back of it, and it just doesn't look right. So I go to get a can of Raid that I keep around because I'm not a big bug fan. And sprayed into the back of the air conditioner, and this unholy cloud of flies comes out. Like, just this ridiculous cloud of flies. And I'm like, geez, this is... Okay, so I spray the heck out of it. And I go, and I pull the front off of it, which I had done earlier, I think, to, like, make sure the filter was clean and stuff. And then I go, and I take the air conditioner, and I decide I'm going to clean out the back, so I get, like, some bleach, and take the air conditioner and I tip it backwards over my sink. And this gross water starts pouring out of it, and then the worst smell you could possibly imagine, just dead body smell comes out of the air conditioner. I mean, just, I can't, just make you gag. And so I start pouring bleach into the back of it to try to kind of at least kill the smell. And maggots just start pouring out of this thing. Maggots. Maggots! And so I'm pouring bleach on them. It's not killing them. It's not even slowing them down. So I'm, like, crushing them with my thumb. And, like, in between, like, I stop pouring out the air conditioner. And I run it outside. And I set it on the curb. And I go back in to, like, make sure I just kill all the maggots. Like, that's... And then, like, as I'm doing that, as I'm trying to clean out my sink and, like, pour some bleach in my sink and make sure that, like, everything in my home is not going to become infested by whatever was in the air conditioner, I hear tires squealing, and I go outside, and somebody in an El Camino, or a Ranchero, I'm not sure, one of those half-car, half-truck things from the 70s, has pulled up, stolen my air conditioner, my maggot-infested, disgusting smell air conditioner off of the curb, and is driving away with it. And I sat down, and I laughed hard for like an hour. I mean, like, I've never seen karma work that directly, that, like, these thieves had stolen my, horrible, disgusting, infested air conditioner. And, like, that's it. Like, that's everything about the whole story, is just, like, I called everybody I knew and told them the story. And the reason it came up is because, like, my dad and I were talking about it the other day. About how weird, like, I don't know what got into the back of the air conditioner and died. Maybe a bird. Maybe it was just, you know, insects crawling in there and stuff crawling in there and getting chopped up by the fan. And it created, like, see, I'm in a dry throat cough thing going on. But, you know, like, whatever. If at the very least, they must have gotten home and realized that all that stuff had poured out into the bed of their car, which is pretty horrifying. I like to think that they got into the window before they realized what was wrong with it. Had they stopped and said, like, hey, buddy, what are you going to do with that air conditioner? I would have told them what was going on and said if they thought they could clean it out, they could have it. But, yeah. So that's the air conditioner story. One of the more bizarre and horrifying stories. Because, I mean, I was freaked out. I was super freaked out. Like, the upside is that, like, I went and bought a new air conditioner. Made sure it was properly, like, it was properly set up so it drained better. And, you know, obviously the fly infestation went away with, like, one, you know, spray treatment. And, yeah, everything was fine. It wasn't, you know, it didn't alter my life in any way, shape, or form, except to be this, what I thought was an incredibly horrifying episode that turned into, you know, just one of the strangest, funniest kind of stories. And frankly, you know, they obviously, I wouldn't wish that on almost anybody, but they completely deserve it. They completely deserve, like, if you're gonna, you know, because they peeled away. They knew they were taking it. They must have seen me set it out there. They knew they were stealing it. They knew they were. If they didn't, you know, sorry. But you should still be careful of what you pick up off the sidewalk. But if they didn't think they were stealing it, why didn't they check it out? You know? Why didn't they wait a minute and, like, wait for me to bring out the rest of it? Because, like, again, the front panel was sitting in my apartment. I should have written a note on the front panel and, like, left it out there. Like, if you're the person who stole my maggot and fly infested air conditioner, like, here's the front panel you're missing. Yeah, so, yeah, it was very creepy. It was very, not as disturbing as you know, like, even a guy like me who's bothered by bugs, house flies, I don't have a big problem with. Even with, you know, really with, I mean, the smell was bad, but the whole presence of maggots, I mean, I'm intellectual enough to know that maggots inherently are not unclean. That, you know, flies lay them in rotting stuff, but they don't make things rot. That they're just, you know, they're just fly larvae. They're still gross. I still don't want them crawling all over my house or living in my air conditioner. But yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I've never, it was just, well, like a 1 in a million shot too. Like, there's how, I seriously must have pulled that thing out of the window at the worst possible time. Like, if I probably, you know, I mean, but it wasn't doing any good, and I didn't. The fact that the flies were hatching and getting in, like, through the air conditioner to my apartment. Okay, so here are the hidden items you're gonna miss. If you're gonna miss any items in this level, they're right here. Because you can't see this section from the perspective of the camera. And that's it. This whole area is just set up for those 2 stacks of bottles. So, that's my air conditioner story. That's my horrifying, broken appliance, disturbing air conditioner story. So, back to Rabbids Go Home. I hope you enjoyed that story. I tell it to everybody you know. Maybe you'll run into the person who stole my air conditioner. And they'll be like, oh my god, I know exactly what you're... I shouldn't say. There is a slight possibility that you know, maybe they thought it was out there because it was garbage. I don't know. It was garbage. It was out there because it was garbage. So I don't know if it's really stealing or not. It just seems to me that they probably thought they were stealing it, which makes it funnier. All right, don't miss the cashiers here. There's 2 of them. There's 4 checkout lanes, or yeah, there's 4 checkout lanes, but there's 2 cashiers. Get them both. And the speaker. There's a lot of stuff you can miss in this level. There's stuff in the bushes over here. If you hit this popcorn machine or whatever, you'll get stuff. All right. And of course, Joe Santa. Santa Joe. All right. My uncle, who recently died after a long illness, was called by a lot of the family, not myself, Papa Dick. Obviously, his name was Richard. But it was one of those things where he'd been in the nursing home long enough and in bad enough shape that, and had like multiple amputations and stuff. It was just bad. It was just like him dying was a long time coming. We were all ready for it. Just so you know, I don't need condolences on my uncle and stuff. Like sometimes when you're a young child of an older family, like, you know, my grandparents all died when I was younger and stuff. I'm not. I can't say I'm used to it, but I mean, you do get to scenarios where, you know, death is kind of the thing that you're waiting for, you know, the end of the illness. So, and my uncle was one of those situations where his quality of life was down to nothing. So, that happens. My mother had an aunt who lived to 103, and you know, at the end of her life, she would wake up every day and she would just cry. She just didn't understand. Everybody she like all of her kids, like she'd outlived I think almost all of her kids, if not all of them, and stuff. And when I got the call that she died, I was actually pretty happy about it, because she was just miserable. You know, she was good up until 103. Like, she made at 103. I went to her 103rd birthday party, and you know, she was in her wheelchair, but she could talk and she could feel your face and tell who you were and stuff. She'd lost most of her sight and a lot of her hearing, but but her sister was still alive. Her sister lived to 98, and then her sister died, and after that, it was just rough for her. And then she couldn't get out of bed, and so sorry, I don't want to make this the most depressing commentary ever, cause okay, here's the thing you gotta watch out for at the end of the level. When you hit that ramp, the level ends. So, chasing items around, don't accidentally hit the ramp that happened to me once. Because chasing that guy around on the upper tier, he can lead you in that general area. So, that's the Vertical Sandwich story LP for Super Racket in the market. I hope I didn't bum anybody out. Just remember the air conditioner thieves. Just remember, you know, and play the John Lennon song Instant Karma in your head while you're thinking about it. Alright, it's time to end this thing. Ba-boom. So, that's our collection for this. When we come back, Atomic Rabid Blast. One of my favorite levels, and one that has a dynamic that never repeats, which really is a shame, because I really like the way they built the level. So, you guys take care, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to me ramble and rant and rave. So, bye everybody.